Welcome to part one of two in using Google to track students over the course of time. In this video, what we're going to use is we're going to use something called Doctopus, and we're going to use something in conjunction with Doctopus called Goobric. And basically what Goobric is it's a way to attach a rubric to an assignment. So what you need to do when you're doing Doctopus is first of all start out with a blank spreadsheet. And in this spreadsheet, I'm going to recommend to title it your class period first. So let's say it's 2A and it's practice assignment is the name of our spreadsheet. And maybe you just put the title of your thing. So what I've done previously before this is I've in my classroom, I've assigned an assignment. And I've made sure that students, at least one student has opened it up. And as soon as they open it up, what it does is it makes a folder in your drive. So what Doctopus is going to do is it's going to look for those assignments and it's going to put them all into one spot. So what I would do is I'm going to go up to my Doctopus, I'm going to go launch. And one nice thing about Doctopus is it walks you through the steps. And you'll see those pop up in just a second over here on the right once it gets done working. So over here on the right, it's going to ask me to select a roster. And I have all these things up here. Some of these I've done before Classroom is available. But since Classroom is available now, I ingest Google Classroom assignment. So what did I do is I pull up this. It tells me which class do I want to select. I'm going to select this Tech Professional Development class. And what assignment is my practice assignment for PD? And what I've done is this assignment is one that these students had opened up and they began to work on. They don't have to be completed, they don't have to be turned in, but they do have to be opened up for Doctopus to be able to find them. And it will take just a little bit. So this thing, while it's spinning, you can see, like I mentioned in your Google Drive, is you have a classroom folder with all the classes in it. And so if I would go up and I would find my my Tech Professional Development class, have a practice assignment, and these people have already opened it for me. It's going that way. So if I go back to my thing, the next thing is it says it found 5 turned in for this assignment and 6 not turned in. If they're not turned in, that's okay. You can choose only to turn in ones, or you can do all of them. I would probably recommend all of them. So what I do is I clicked ingest this assignment. And what it's going to do is it's going to not only keep this sheet 1, but if you notice down here at the bottom, it made a new tab for me. It's adjusted classroom practice assignment. So what I do is I click on that, and as the script is running, what it's going to do is it's going to make this spreadsheet up here. And I don't ever want to mess with the headings of this spreadsheet, but it puts all the assignments into one spot. So maybe I don't want to click on all these assignments in this class one by one, but I want one document. So what I always do is I always make sure this blank spreadsheet, I put in that classroom. So I'm going to organize this, and I'm going to find it in classroom. I'm going to find my tech class, and I'm going to put that assignment in that folder. So now if I go back to that folder and I scroll to the top in just a second, it should find the practice assignment. And instead of clicking on all those, what I could do is I could click on it and it will take me to this document right here. And notice that these people are part of my classroom and have at least opened the assignment. So I can go into this assignment right here and I can choose, and I could just click on it right here, and it opens the assignment up, and I can see that this person's done part of their assignment for me already. So now I'm going to go back to here, and notice at the top over here there's a button called Attach a Goobric, or in other words, attach a rubric. So what I want to do is I want to, after I click on it, it's going to ask me to come up with recent ones, or I can search my drive. Now I know that I'm going to use this one example rubric for tech class because that's the one that I want to use. So I want to attach this rubric. One thing that I will show you, when you make a rubric with for Goobric, you'll need to make sure sorry about that. My tech class. my rubric that I'm going to want to use is going to be right here. And what this one is make sure at the top you can have you could have numbers, you could have exceeds, demonstrating whatever you want. But over here on the left is what you're assessing, and then right here is this is your criteria that for each unit. They do recommend that you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way instead of 4, 3, 2, 1. That's just what the script recommends. So if I go back to this assignment, it says, so I've attached that rubric to the class. So let's say I want to click on this assignment right here, and I want to, so I see this assignment right here, and I see up here on the top right hand corner there is a little I. Since I've added this Goobric script, anytime that there's an assignment or something that I can use Goobric on, I click on it. So what's going to happen is it's going to pop open another screen on me. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to be able to grade this. Okay, now standard 1 demonstrates an overall knowledge. So if I'm able to scroll down here, that person's right here. My next standard is right here. They are maybe developing in that one. And this one is they are exceeding. And so those 3 things are the ones I wanted to share right here. And then I can come over here and I can type a comment to him, or I could even put a voice comment in it right here. Maybe it's something that is better for that student if they speak it to them. You can also edit this while you're in this view. So maybe you're right here and you say, noted, this is why you're here for standard 3. So there's a lot of different features with this. But then what you're going to do is you can choose all these things right here. You can email this score to this person as soon as they hit submit. You can change students from can view to can comment. So stuff like that. So let's say I'm done with this. I made my comment to Mr. Smith and I hit submit. So now when I submit this, it goes in. Okay, so now let's go look at this. If I click on Mr. Smith's assignment again, it's going to open up for me. And I'm going to be able to scroll down to the bottom, and it attached that rubric right to it. Okay, it said standard 1, 2, 3. Oops, this isn't. It's right here. It told me that I did this rubric. So now I had graded them once before. I'm on 422. I had graded them, and I put this rubric right in there. And notice it put it gray where the information where they were. But notice again that I just filled it out for Mr. Smith on 5.4. So every time you do a new rubric, what happens is it will put that information directly at the bottom of that person's assignment. So a student can go in and they can see where they are. They can read their comments. They could even listen to their voice comments if there were voice comments to it. And all this is done through the Doctopus script. And remember, to do Doctopus, you go up to add-ons, and then you go through and do different things like this. Maybe you are, you notice that someone was gone this day, but it has recently opened it. You can look for new submissions, and it will put a new submission in that information right there. The biggest thing that you have to remember with this is that a student has to at least open it up to make sure that they have information. Now, also notice down here there's a tab, a new rubrics tab. Every time I submit something, it's going to put all my scores for me just directly right here. One thing that I tend to do is I tend to make this equal to the sum of F2 through I2. And that way it puts the score directly in for me. And that's another way so I don't lose any papers to go. So now let's say my next student is right here, and they got a 1, a 3, a 2, and a 3. Okay, what I would do is I would make sure this is drug all the way down, but it just added that score for me. So anytime one goes in there, a score is going to go in there for me, and then I can make sure that that is updated. It also gives me a link to this person's assignment directly right here. So all this is available through that Doctopus app. If you have any questions on how to use Doctopus with Goobric, please let me know. But I hope this quick tutorial will help you out.